As dog trainers, it's our job to give some insight into how a dog may be feeling. They can actually tell us they either like hugs or they don't. We just need to read those signals they give. We will look at ways they can communicate their emotions. Even in this video, there are clues in how this dog is feeling about being hugged. We're going to look at many different ways dogs show us they may not enjoy hugs. Some signs are obvious, some are more subtle. If you do recognise some signs they don't enjoy hugs, it's absolutely okay. It's all information you can use to strengthen your bond. A dog's mouth can show us how they're feeling. Very specific things happen involving a dog's mouth when they dislike something. The face is a great indicator of a dog's emotional state. A dog's body and posture is also another indicator, and it doesn't matter if your dog is small or much larger. What we're going to discuss can be universal signs with a few breed differences. Let's begin with the mouth. Yawns, tongues, and mouth tension. In this video, this dog is being hugged pretty hard. There are a few signs this dog isn't enjoying the hug, but here the yawn is a good indicator of emotions. This isn't a full yawn, but a stifled one, still a good indicator. Of course, a yawn can just mean they're tired. However, there are other ways we can tell they're stressed, which we will look at later in the video. Most trainers and behaviourists will advise owners to watch out for signs of stress in their dog, and one of these signs is often yawning. Dogs do tend to yawn when they're feeling anxious or uncomfortable. A yawn when hugged is usually a sign they're feeling some stress. These yawns when hugged need context. So if your dog has just woken up or is particularly tired, that could be the reason, but many times it can be from anxiousness. When a dog is relaxed, tongues are usually loose. We're now going to compare this tongue to the one pictured next. This is called a spatulate tongue, thinner at the base, spreading out and curving up at the end, a scooped tongue. This shape occurs when a dog may have been panting, and that can be from exercise or over-arousal. It can also be an indication of stress. Yawning, panting, and spatulate tongues can be shown when they feel stress when hugged. This dog clearly doesn't want to be held and is showing this by movements of the body, panting, drooling, and the spatulate tongue is quite clear. There's also yawning. Spatulate tongues can be much darker from increased blood flow. If we go back to the earlier video, you can see some subtle spatulating of the tongue. There's also panting. This could be from stress. Another way dogs show they may not be enjoying that hug is appeasement licking. These can be small flicks outward, even licking their nose or the sides of their mouth. They can also be directed at a human nearby, and that can be misread as affection. Dogs do lick from affection, but they certainly do this from anxiousness too. We can tell these dogs are anxious from other signs they give, and that's an important point, as one action your dog does shouldn't be taken as a sign of anxiety. It's rare to see a dog display just one sign of anxiousness. There are usually a few which are indicators, and we can determine how they feel. Lots of blinking accompanying these licks, as well as glancing around. Let's look at the face, facial tension, and eyes. A dog's face when relaxed generally has an open mouth. In certain circumstances, when they don't like something, they can clamp that mouth shut and either keep it shut or allow for very small appeasement licks. The face is tight with a lot of tension. This can also make eyes appear much wider and larger. Lots of facial tension here, accompanied by blinks, and those eyes are tight and large. Dogs can also squint, and this can give us the impression they are tired or relaxed, when that can be far from it. Squinting can be accompanied with blinking or without it. Lots of blinking, a tight face, a closed mouth, and appeasement licks here. This dog is showing many signs of feeling anxious, which is likely from being filmed, but many dogs can show all of these signs that we've discussed and show them together. If you're enjoying the video so far, please feel free to hit the like button or leave a comment on how your dog feels about hugs. A tight face can show in a dog's ear position. They can be further back and flat to the head. Some appeasement licks here too, accompanied with a paw lift, which can also be a sign they're unsure or anxious. Lots of facial tension here, accompanied by appeasement licks and a big posture change. This dog is stressed. The body can be a good indicator to show us they're actually not enjoying that hug. This dog is clearly wriggling to maneuver themselves out of a tight hug they feel stressed by. Wriggling can be a good indicator they're not comfortable with what's happening. Here we have posture changes, wriggling, blinking, tight face, and appeasement licks. This dog does not like what is occurring. All of these signals at once is a very clear indicator. This dog is avoiding the person in front, another clear indicator they don't like the position that they are in. There's a tight face and some appeasement licks too. Appeasement licks are calming signals and are an indicator that they're just trying to calm the situation down a little. It is really important to recognize if your dog doesn't actually like hugs. They may only like a very brief hug, a loose hug, a one-handed hug, and knowing that can help strengthen your bond and that improves everything. So why don't so many dogs like hugs? Because they can feel exactly the same as a restraint. This is why a dog may not enjoy hugs. In this graphic, you can see listed under the descriptions, a hug or restraint are exactly the same. Hands and arms are used to limit movement. Movement is restricted. They can be used at times of high emotions. Pressure can increase the longer the duration. A human's face and hands are much closer to their bodies than normal. We know it's a hug, but some dogs struggle to know the difference, and that is absolutely okay. If you hug your dog and they enjoy it, chances are they will show very little or none of the signs in the video. One way dogs show love and affection is by being close and near, and that may not necessarily include hugs. Coming up, we have another video which goes into some more signs of stress, and you can click the big logo here to subscribe to our videos too. Graphics are available and details are here. Join us on our Facebook page where we have lots of information freely available and have over 20,000 amazing followers too. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you all a really great day.